Hello everyone and welcome to another Monster Hunter Freedom Unite hunt. This is Latican014. In this hunt we are going to be taking on a G-rank Kirin quest at the tower. So as you can see I am wearing a Narga X gunning set with a Copper Blanganga Z helmet. And I've gemmed it so that this set has, well, it already comes with evade, well, I have to gem them in. Evade +2, evade distance up, and reloading speed +1. Usually people use this set for the auto reload skill, but it's just way too much recoil for the, tactic that I'm going to be using, which is to use pellet shot to take out the Kirin. Mainly because the Kirin is an elder dragon, I suppose, but it's not really a dragon, but it's along the same lines as those type of quests. Even though he doesn't run away at the 25-minute mark, I'm pretty sure. Now, what's difficult about the Kirin is that its skin is quite hard, and it's very, very difficult to hit because it is a very mobile creature, so you yourself should be very mobile also. The only weak point on the Kirin is its head or the tip of the horn, if you can get any hits off there. So, if you're using any other weapons, I would suggest Sword and Shield because usually if you have green sharpness, you can at least hit through about anything. Or the Hammer's Super Pounding, which, has an ESP effect, or the Hunting Horn where you can throw ESP on yourself anyways. And those are probably the best tactics for taking care of it. Otherwise, you can use an ESP skill with the other weapons, but I don't really suggest getting close to the Kirin, mainly because it loves to fire lightning all around it, and it becomes quite annoying. So, I've chosen the gunning path because pellet shot, for one, you only have to fire in the general direction of the creature to actually hit it, and it actually homes in on the creature for you. I've used pellet shot 3 mainly because pellet shot 3 has more bullets per shot that pop out. So think of it as a spread shot, but it has more pellets coming out. And more pellets coming out means more hits on the Kirin, and they usually home in on the head, so we'll at least get hits, somewhere near its face, where we want. Now, usually you should have stealth, because this set is, this setup when you're fighting Kirin, since you're getting more hits off, you're going to be gaining more aggro from the monster itself, so they will be targeting you more, so be very, very careful about that. Also, the set I'm using has Narga parts, mostly, so that means I'm going to be weak to the lightning damage that he's going to be throwing at me, so I'm going to have to dodge quite a bit. And as you can see how mobile this damn creature is. Especially a G-rank one, which has a new charge attack that it likes to do. Very, very dangerous. Make sure you... right there. There you saw it. So as you can see, all the tactic this tactic requires is for me to point in the direction, fire, and roll away. So you want to kind of stay at a 45-degree angle to his front or face. That way, with one roll, you can get out of the way of his charges, because this creature really has pretty much instant charging. So you can see Justin has to get close with his great sword, and he's using his ESP to full effect at least. But it's not always the best tactic because he's not actually getting very much damage off, since he's not hitting the weak spot, and the hard skin means he's not going to be doing too much damage to an armored creature. Also, elemental weaknesses for the Kirin. Really, the Kirin does not actually have any elemental weakness. I think Dragon might do a little extra damage because it has 0 resistance to it, but nothing that you should be really concerned about trying to put on your weapon. So, raw power is probably where it's at to try to take care of this creature. As you can see, I'm rolling a lot because the Kirin's really wanting to target me because I've been getting more hits off than Justin ever will. And every time he gets close, he gets hit by the lightning field that the Kirin likes to summon up. The see right there. It's either, when you're nearby, he likes to either toss it right in the middle, like 5 times, or hits around him 5 times at different spots. Now, there are about, I think, 9 or 8 spots around him that it hits, but out of those spots in the same order. So if you memorize exactly where those lightning bolts hit, you can actually stay close. You can find those guides on GameFAQs, and they're really detailed, but I haven't taken the time to memorize that myself. So we'll see if later I actually try to take him on with a melee weapon, but really not my preferred choice. It's either using, you know, some type of bow gun or a bow if you really want to. If you're using a bow, do not use any pierce shots. It's too short of a creature to actually warrant the use of it. Other than that, you should use normal shots if you can get good hits on its face, because that's where you're going to try to be aiming. But since as you can see here, he's so mobile and so agile that it's really hard to get any time to actually aim. So, you know, I like to use the pellet shot path. Just bring enough for 2 rounds of, well, 2 stacks of 99 pellet shots, really. And pellet shot 2 should be enough. If not, you can also bring pellet shot 1 if you really deem it necessary. But usually, with the weapon I have, the ancient dragonwood cannon with power barrel, you know, I can usually take it out pretty quickly. I've done it solo before, but you know, it's quite annoying. At least when you have a friend there, someone's there to take off the aggro off yourself, because the cat usually dies in 1 hit anyways. Very, very annoying. The only tactic wrong with what I'm doing is kind of, I'm trying to be very careful not to hit my party members with the pellet shot, because they do mess with them. But as you can see, I try to pay attention to him, see when he's attacking, and as soon as he starts attacking, I fire, because I cannot disrupt his swinging of the sword. So you see Justin keeps getting hit, but you know, I get hit occasionally, but those occasional times I take the most damage. So I got to be very, very careful with that. As you can see, Kirin goes down quite a lot with these pellet shots. If you bring a whole party with pellet shots, you're pretty much set. That's all you really need. Yeah, I just wish Justin had a good pellet gun setup, but sadly he does not. Now, as you said, auto reload will give you high recoil, which will leave you open for damage. So I don't really want that happening. So you gotta pay attention to yourself. You know, I can't get more than maybe 1 or 2 shots off and then have to roll aside because of this damn creature. Not my favorite creature in the game, obviously, but his Blade Master set, the Kirin X, is actually quite good for dual swording, because it has elemental attack up and runner on it, which means your stamina drains slower, which negates the use or any necessary use of Mega Juice. So I really want to get it eventually, but I have a lot of weapons I need to work on with Kirin, especially the Imperial Thunder Sword. Let's see, I'm working on the North Thunder Lance, and what other weapons do I have? I've finished with the Ancient Dragon Bow for lightning, so Yamasukami stuff, finished with that. All that's left is really to work on my Divine Power Saws and try to finish off the Dual Sword series, which would be a nice lightning dual sword. I might eventually get the Thor's Dagger, mainly because it looks cool, but there's no other use since I've already worked and finished the Thunderblade Vajra Plus. So I have one of the best lightning elemented sword and shields in the game, so Tigrex should be going down pretty easy now. What else? I think that's about it for this quest. I mean, there's really nothing else to speak about other than watching me try to dodge out of the way. And as you can see, try to stay on a move and pay attention to where Kirin is. Traveling at an angle from it so that his charge cannot hit you. And as you see, I created 60 pellet shot 3s, not bad, from all the Wyvern Fangs. So, as you see, some of these shots miss, but if I could hit with all my shots, I can usually finish him off. As you can see, they're homing in right on his face, exactly where you want them to, and they usually do for you. The only problem is I put reloading speed to increase the time, or to decrease the time that I'm left open while I'm resetting my clip. So right now should be a good time to set. There you go. And then, you know, pay attention to where Justin is. Now, you may think he's doing okay damage, but actually I'm doing the majority of the damage at all in this quest, because I'm going to get those constant hits off. And don't underestimate the power of the heavy bowgun. It usually wins in speed contests compared to, you know, like the hammer and sometimes the great swords if you can headlock a creature. Otherwise, hammers and heavy bowguns are usually the ones that come out on top on speed runs anyways, especially with feline heroics. But I'm not going to be messing around with that dangerous bullcrap. You know, reckless, well, maybe adrenaline +2. I might try that one time, but Really, I deem it too risky for myself, so I really don't use it that often. Now, the evade distance up, probably not necessary, but I like it because it lets me get out of the way pretty good. And that is the famous Kirin jump, the one that zigzags across the screen. Very annoying. One other creature that does it is also Thunder Elemented, and his name is Rajang. Very, very annoying creature. I don't know if I ever will get around to recording a Rajang hunt, mainly because I get so frustrated on them. But really, the only thing I need from Rajang is to actually finish his set. I'm not looking forward to it, but, you know, it'll get done eventually. I don't usually play this game solo, mainly because, to me, this game is best played with another person. Makes it not as boring on some quests, and it also speeds them up. You know, even on G rank, by yourself, it takes about half an hour to 25 minutes. But with a friend, it knocks them down to about 15 minutes, so that's why, you know, I put out G rank hunts only when my friend's over, because it knocks them down to a decent time to watch, because I don't want to put out another 30-minute video unless it's necessary, like the Lao Shuns and Shen Gao Rens. So eventually I will show another Shen Gao Ren fight. I guess I could record some of it and then, you know, cut it out of where the repetitiveness is and then go to the ending at the 15-minute mark, and I guess that could work. I could try to do that. It seems like a good idea. So yeah, I will probably be heavily editing most videos to try to knock them down to at least a 15-minute mark of some sort. Especially when I do start the Let's Play of this game. But what are the tactics? Really, not much else. Poison is not a great element on him anyways, because what's it last, like 10 seconds and then it's off. So very little damage is actually done through poison. Obviously you cannot inflict him with paralysis because he's Thunder Elemented. So anything that uses some type of lightning attack probably can't paralyze, most of the time. Well, I think you can paralysis the Rajang, but I don't really care for doing much with the Rajang. So, I guess you could use Dragon Elements with great swords and stuff. But, seriously, really consider using heavy bowguns and stuff. There's no better alternative to fighting Kirin. It really makes the quest go pretty easy and not as frustrating. Especially when there are more than one bowgunners, it can really speed this quest up, probably under 10 minutes, if Justin actually had one. But sadly, nah. See, even a little push from the Kirin, I take like 25% damage, so you gotta be very careful on these damn quests. I'm usually careful on quests, but I really don't like to fight these Elder Dragons. Not a big fan of them. Even though I don't deem Teostra and Lunastra that bad. Lunastra you can't really fight G-rank versions of, only the high rank, but you need G-rank Teostra parts for her X armor. So eventually I'll get around to that. And this is the bad part about getting hit with electricity. You get into a paralysis mode and are open for attack. Usually means your death, but since, you know, I was luckily given the chance that, you know, the aggro went over to Justin for once. So I didn't want to waste time with healing. I just chugged down a max potion to get the healing all done in one swing and continue on this quest. So, yeah, we are nearing the end of this quest. It was a little longer than expected, mainly because, you know, I have to watch. I usually go all out with the shooting, but this time I'm not, mainly because I'm trying to watch Justin and keep from shooting him and causing him to flinch a lot because of the pellet shots. So that's about it for the Kirin. I mean, I guess you'll see me take one on in the Let's Plays, but probably won't have a good bowgun by then. So probably you'll see me take him on with the hammer, most likely just super pounding the crap out of it. So you stay pretty close to the Kirin, but make sure you always roll to like some side, because he only travels in like straight lines or the zigzag. Quite annoying. Also, when you're bow gunning, the other party members should be making sure that, you know, when they're dodging around the creature, that they don't make the creature face you. That is a very, very big deal, because the squishiest targets are the, you know, gunners, because they have low defense. And even at highest, they only have less than, like, half of, well, yeah, pretty much half. Halfway for defense. So there's not much else you can do, but good thing is they never really have negative elemental weaknesses, because most armors usually have either 0 or some elemental resistance to the elements, really. Also, the one thing that bugs me about games nowadays is I don't know why they say thunder element and stuff like that when, you know, thunder's a freaking sound. I mean, I guess it sounds better because it's only 2 syllables. Well, lightning is also, but I guess because it's a shorter word. But really, that just makes no sense at all. I mean, even back in the days of Pokemon, Pikachu has a thunder attack, and it never really made sense when, in reality, all it was a giant thunder or lightning bolt. So it should. So there you go, Kirin dead finally. It was a little while, a little longer than 15 minutes, but, you know, it was short enough that I didn't mind keeping it in the recording. So, yeah, Kirin is a pretty short creature. You can usually only get 2 or 3 carvings, depending on if you have Dismantle high or not. Yeah, there we have a Kirin Azure Horn. It's alright. Got a horn out of it, but that's the only thing that sucks is, you know, you don't get much cards from it, and most of your reward is from the quest rewards itself. I find it quite annoying, because they make you do more quests than necessary. But at least it becomes an easier time when you're using, you know, some sort of bow gun. So right now we're just fooling around. Not much else. So as you can see, the bow gun has a melee attack. You know, I guess to knock away small creatures from you a little bit and give you some breathing room, but really doesn't do any good damage. Don't necessarily recommend using it at all. But, you know, that's the end of this quest, so thank you guys for watching. In the next hunt, I think I will be covering a G-Rank Tigrex. So, as always, you guys have a good day, and I'll see you all then.